Chetti Karvadu Curry or Chetti saltfish curry, which basically is a simple saltfish dish to please everyone.
Let's cook.
I try to use groundnut oil. Of course, some people prefer coconut oil. It's up to you. So this is about 2 tablespoons. Don't use too much, not necessary. So now let's wait for the oil to heat up before we put in the mustard seeds. Try to keep it on a medium heat so that when they pop, it's not on a very high heat. Before I put my onions in, I'm going to lightly fry the dried curau fish, which I've soaked. Soak it for a while and then just fry it here. Can you see? I'm frying it very lightly. I want to get it to be a little bit crispy. Spoon it out. You're going to use this again later. Now that we've flavored our oil, we're going to put in the onions. Use a mixture of big onions and small onions. Small onions are lovely with this dish because they give it a lot of texture. At this stage, you notice I've not put in my small onions. I don't want this to be too cooked. I want it to add another level of texture. Do not forget your curry leaves. I'm putting in the curry leaves now. So around about this time, we're going to put the smaller onion. Now I'm going to put some water. The reason I put water is I'm going to put the curry powder in now. Now for fish curry, what do we use? We must always use fish curry powder because it contains a little bit of fenugreek. So I've already ground the fenugreek and put it into the powder so that I don't need to put it in here. This I should put right in the beginning, but it's not necessary because it's already made into a powder inside my fish curry. But very important, curry powder must always be caramelized with onions or garlic.
Story time!
Who are the Chetti Melaka? Why are they in this part of the world? How do they come about? What makes them different from the Chinese Peranakan? Why do they come to Southeast Asia? We know that they all came from the South Indian state of Kanjipuram. Kanjipuram is where, silks are made. Chetti Melaka as a community started to develop round about the 1400s. This one is basically how my family dresses. This is my grand aunt's in 1955. Now, all of you know that we dress very similar to the Chinese Peranakans. We wear, like what I'm wearing now, a kabaya. Kota. This is a kutu baru kabaya. The kutu baru is the one which is very famous in Indonesia, where it goes like an H and there is a line in front, whereas the Chinese Peranakans like to wear the V shape. There are different types of kabaya, a myriad styles of kabaya, and while the kabayas of the Chinese Peranakans, I must say they are beautiful. As you can see, I've got 2 different kind of chili paste here. This is freshly ground red chili. This is dry chili. So I'm going to mix the 2. The reason I mix it is because I don't want it to be too hot. And also I want the lovely red color at the end. And now it's ready to take the stewed tomatoes. I'm going to break it up. I don't want to blend this. I want to break it. Again, texture. Stewed tomato adds a different kind of sourness, a tartness to the dish. It's not only sour, but it's also a little salty, a little fruity, a little sweet. Here I've got some tamarind soaked in water. It's very, very light. It's to help us to digest the fish dish better. Fish dish is always better with tamarind. Now look at the color of this dish. This is the color you want. A very important ingredient of this dish is mochakote. It's butter beans. It cooks very fast. You have to soak it overnight. So I've got some more tomatoes here. Notice here I have fresh tomatoes. Just a little bit will do, not too much. The reason why I use tomatoes is that's the only way to make this dish look bright red, which is what I want. So the last thing that goes in is our fish pieces. Pandan leaf is used with fish, especially with salt fish, to give it a lovely fragrance. So here's my pandan. Pandan you shouldn't cook too much. It becomes, imparts a very bitter taste. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take out this pandan leaf. Now just a little bit of coconut milk. Not too much. We don't want to make this dish too rich. Coconut milk tends to nullify the tartness of the dish. So put very little, like what I did. Maybe just 1 tablespoon for this amount of curry. And your curry is done. The Chetti Melaka matriarchs in my family were always very careful of having too much rich food. So, for days when the weather was too rainy to go to the market, they would make a simple salted fish curry, which goes perfectly with hot rice or with Indian rice flour crepes called dosa. Thank you so much for being with me. Please like, subscribe, or comment, and I'll see you at the next episode.